wanted to start out by just saying a few words about my health. In brief, in summary, the cancer of my esophagus that I had 2 years ago that was cleared has now returned. And this class is the only thing I've done. I've canceled everything else. And I'm focusing in on my health and my healing. I'll be going to a clinic in Mexico tomorrow for 3 weeks. I was torn about saying something like this because I don't want what we're doing here to be about my health, but I also I want to be transparent and simply acknowledge it. This is written by Matt Licata. When your inner world is on fire and you are burning for resolution, it is tempting to conclude that something has gone wrong, that you have failed, that you are flawed, and that you are unworthy of love. The questions are surging, the longing is unbearable, and you are still aching to find some relief. You are exhausted, but this is no ordinary exhaustion. It is sacred. It is the end of one world and the beginning of another. Stay close. In these moments, which may always arise in the heart of an open, sensitive human being, slow way down. Touch the earth. Look up into the sky. Listen to the song of the unseen. Dare to consider that things are not always as they appear. Today may not be the day for answers, but to finally let your heart break open to the vastness of the question. You are not a project to be solved, and you are never unhealed. With eyes wide open, see that you could network of a lifetime, and there is no urgency on the path of love. So in this moment, in a kind of surprising way, as I read these words, I just want to share on a personal note how much these words resonate very powerfully with my current life experience. As I reflect on my life, the events of my life, particularly what's going on in my body, and in this moment, my heart feels warm, radiating love and an energy, a feeling that is beyond words. I am reminded of why I do what I do in this work. I lack the words, but the best words that come to me. And I suspect that in some way, something that is absolutely unique to each of you, perhaps something similar, might resonate. And the words that are a deciphering of a hidden code within my heart say, this is the purpose of my soul. This is the purpose of my inner being. To live in the context of relationship to life, relationship to others, and to live and to express as wholeheartedly as passionately, as purely as I can. This is the very meaning, the very core of my life, of that which moves in and through me, that is sourced in some unnamed source. While I am focusing on the restoration of my wholeness, called healing of my physical body, what arises are very often experiences, physical and otherwise, that easily create my mind's reactions of distress that lead to grief, that come through avenues of fear.
I'm grateful that you are all here. I'm grateful to life and to myself and to all the other forces and realities in life that can give me this gift. And I'm grateful for your participation, your receptivity, your questions, your sharing. It all feeds me and nurtures me. And I'm grateful to the life in me that allows me to live what I live. There are times when life is really, really hard. It's really difficult. And if those times that I experience that I am in emotional pain, or I am disconnected, and I can't connect to myself, and I'm struggling, the most important thing for me to remember isn't how to practice this so that it can be transformed into a state of freedom, but it's to remind myself that I am human and that it's okay to feel what? Not having agency. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to not know how to release myself from this. If that's all I can do in the midst of the immense difficulty and stress that life brings to us based on everything, based on our own individual history, our traumas, what we live through, based on what's going on in the world. Life is not easy. I know that's an evaluative term, but I want to remember this and be soft with myself and be vulnerable and accept it. And if I can see and sense myself in those moments, that innocent little boy who was scared, who didn't know what to say, and any number of ways that I could feel reactive or separated or scared or overwhelmed, if I can remember him and have that image and that feeling of this little boy who doesn't know what to do and hold him, then that's the thing that's been the most important thing for me in this practice. Some of the pain I've experienced more recently and some of my fatigue, it's been so easy to draw me into this consciousness where I lose myself. I can see it. It's like I'm walking this razor's edge, and I look over to the side of this never-ending abyss of darkness, and the saving grace is that I can see it without falling into it. And that when I fall into it momentarily, I can be tender with myself and not tell myself that I should be doing different. And then there's the other side of walking this razor's edge of life is seeing the immense beauty of it. The gratitude I feel, the support I feel from people. Life is everything. It's all of it. And I feel so blessed to be able to be vulnerable and to see, to feel my own suffering, and it connects me to everybody else's suffering. So, I just hope that my words in some way can go in and help you to be softer and more tender with yourself. That this is not easy. There are times when it's not easy. This is our human condition, and we're all in it together. Can we be available to ourselves and each other? That's all.